How's it going, everyone? It's Aaron, back at it with another Jeep Wrangler video. And today we're going to be installing the third taillight to match my side taillights. It's a Sunpie third brake light. It's smoked with the LEDs in the center to match perfectly with my Sunpie LED taillights. It's like a 5-10 minute job. You just got to remove your spare tire. That's the only time-consuming part, really. There's 4 T15 bolts holding on the stock taillight. So yeah, we're gonna get right into the tools of what you're gonna need to get the job done, and we'll get right into it. Okay, so these are all the tools you're gonna need. You need a breaker bar, preferably 1/2-inch drive, and a impact. I'm using my Milwaukee stubby impact 3/8 drive. You at least need a 19mm socket or a 3/4 inch socket for the lug nuts to take off the spare. Like I said, I'm using my impacts, it's just easier that way. You're also going to need a drill or a T15 Torx screwdriver. I'm using just a drill with a hex attachment with the T15 Torx socket. And you're also going to need a torque wrench just to torque down the spare tire. So I got a 3/4 inch socket and a torque wrench. I have actually set to 80 foot-pounds. I couldn't really find a factory torque spec for it. You just want to be tight, so no one can just literally just unthread them and shit, and so it stays on. So I torque my wheels to 100 foot-pounds. I'm torquing the spare to 80. So yeah, let's get right into the disassembly. And if you're using impact, you should at least be using a deep well socket. I have regular sockets, 3/8 drive impact, and I don't have adapters for a 1/2-inch deep wall impact. So I'm gonna be using this. You guys can see that my lug nuts are a little caved in because it's hitting the inside of the socket. Oh well, fuck it, who cares? So yeah, we're just gonna remove them. And then I just like to that's that. Put that there. Take off the spare. Throw that aside. And now we're gonna open up the tailgate. Start taking off the factory brake light. Okay, so once you guys have your tailgate open, it's literally these 4 T15 screws you just want to do. So like I said, use a T15 screwdriver or socket bit. And once you get to the top one, this is just going to fall, so make sure you're holding it. And you're just going to put these aside. And then you're going to have a wire connector, wiring harness. Make sure you guys can see that. Yeah. So it's usually going to be fed under this little flap side thing. I already disconnected mine, but just this little tab that you're just going to push and pull like that. And literally, all you're going to want to do to reinstall is do the same thing. Just push it back in and line it up. I need to go get my other screw that fell on the ground, and I will be right back. Okay, like I previously mentioned, all you'll be doing is just pushing in the connector into the housing, and you're just going to start putting your screws back in. Make sure it's all aligned and everything. And you're just going to grab your drill, just screw them back in. And that's that. Now you could shut your tailgate. It gives you a nice look. Let me go step on the brake lights just so you guys can see. Looks very nice. It's also a test before you put on your spare, just so you don't have to torque it and take it back off after you torqued it already. So yeah, let's go back on to putting on the spare and we'll wrap up the video. Okay, and putting on the spare is really simple. All you're gonna want to do is, if you have a factory spare, just line up the holes like that. And then start threading on the lug nuts, making sure not to cross thread anything. Okay, and I'm gonna grab my torque wrench and impact and we'll torque it down. And a nice fancy thing about my Milwaukee impact is that there's 3 modes. There's a low torque, mid torque, and high torque. And then this reverse is a run down mode. So I'm gonna switch it to that. And it prevents over torquing of the lug nuts. So the first hammer turns off itself. So now that they're on there, I'm just gonna do a little do that. And now you're going to grab your torque wrench that's set to 80 foot-pounds, and you're just going to torque down the wheels. And that's that. Now if I go back, as you guys can see, it looks really fucking good. Yeah, like I said, it's like a 5-10 minute install. The hardest part is putting on the spare and taking it off, but easy job. So leave a like if you enjoyed, if you found the video helpful. Comment on what you guys would like to see next. I have a bunch of plans for my JK, and I'm gonna actually do a little bit more videos on my page here while I have it. And yeah, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you all next time.